Mes hommages. Mon nom est Sprinky Backtrap, si vous êtes là, c'est parce que je ne veux que les meilleurs, en l'occurrence, vous. Alors aujourd'hui, on se retrouve pour commencer un nouveau let's play, parce qu'en fait, comme j'arrive à la fin de Security Breach, j'ai envie de faire une mini pause parce que j'aimerais explorer tout seul, mais en vidéo ce serait un peu chiant à regarder. Du coup, en attendant, je vais commencer ce let's play qui s'appelle du jeu qui s'appelle The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Voilà, avec un super accent. Là, on voit ma souris, bonjour. Et donc, nous allons commencer ce jeu et vous allez voir tout dans l'explication. The end is never, the end is never, the end is never. Loading, ok. Sous-entendu, la fin n'est jamais. Maintenant, je vais fermer ma bouche.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Bien. Donc c'est l'introduction de ce super jeu. Ouais, bonjour, c'est moi qui contrôle le jeu, incroyable. Donc faut savoir que ce jeu c'est sorti en 2014, je crois, un truc comme ça. Et en fait, il a été refait, donc il y a des nouvelles fins et tout. Parce que c'est un jeu où en fait il faut trouver, il faut chercher en fait la fin. Et du coup voilà.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Donc la voix, c'est le narrateur en fait, et il n'y a que nous deux, c'est-à-dire qu'il y a seulement Stanley, le personnage que j'incarne, qui n'a pas de pied, et le narrateur, voilà. Donc là, bonjour, il y a des endroits qui sont ouverts, mais je ne peux pas ouvrir cette porte. Et je vais d'abord juste faire la fin que j'aime le mieux. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? I hate Mondays, d'accord. Petite référence à Garfield, j'ai l'impression. Bien, donc on y va. Oh, des trucs. C'est the squatter. D'accord, c'est chiant. Bonjour.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Bien, on va aller à droite.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Mon Dieu, des portes. Ah.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Bon, on n'a pas le temps.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Ouais, allons-y, c'est parti.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Ok, on va aller là. Parce que ici c'est rigolo. Bye bye. La fin n'est jamais.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
C'est parti.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
D'accord. Allons-y.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Bien sûr.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Camion, c'est pas très rassurant, mais c'est pas grave. Continuons.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Fermez les yeux.
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
J'adore cette fin. Allez.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bon, bah, revenons à l'endroit où il y a les deux portes.
When Stanley... Wait. What? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change?
Oh.
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Eh bien, allons-y. C'est parti. Un peu le bordel ici. Ok. Génial. La logique, hein, bien sûr. Est-ce que si je fais ça... Oui. Si on passe par là. Haha.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Doute. Bon, il faut...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Essayons de trouver la fin. Ah.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Ok. Pas l'air d'avoir grand chose ici. Ah!
I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oi. What?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all.
Attention.
Is this the story? I don't think so.
Ok, pas du tout.
I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Let's go!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So...
What?
Oh, no. I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Ok. The Stanley Parable
All right,
Adventure
I've got a
Line.
solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Ok. Alors allons-y. Suivons les traces blanches, oui bien sûr, jaune.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Best music ever.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Eh bien alors on va procéder avec analyse. Alors on voit que d'un côté il y a des feuilles, de l'autre côté il y a des feuilles. C'est vert et de l'autre côté c'est vert aussi. Voilà. Merci beaucoup. Merci de rien, monsieur dame. Donc on continue.
Wait, we're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
LOL.
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Okay.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Let's go.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Oui. Bye bye. Okay.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
Bien sûr.
Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
La fin troublante.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes?
Je veux partir.
Determined?
Wow, la même porte qui
So
était...
now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Ça, c'était la fin troublante, du coup. J'ai pas envie de sortir.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed. Then days.
Bien sûr, bien sûr.
Had years gone by?
Non,
He no
quelques
longer
secondes.
had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually,
collision.
someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Ok. Je ne sais plus le nom de cette fin, mais c'était une fin.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, j'ai réussi. Parce que dans ce jeu, on peut pas sauter. Bye.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Ouais, on va mettre oui.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Ouais, non, c'est chiant. On recommence. Toutou.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oui, blablabla, on
What did it
sait.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oui, on sait, monsieur. Ouais.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
No.
doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ouais, donc là, on passe
Wow.
ici, si ça sert à rien.
This room.
Voilà.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
On va pas passer par là par contre. Bye bye. On va aller ici.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Vache, que c'est joli. Donc là, il y a une plateforme, il y a marqué Do not jump from the cargo, la lift, pardon, j'arrive plus à lire, while it is in motion. Will cause death. Oh, si on saute du truc, on a une pénalité de 5000 $. Bye.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Ouais.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Je suis très powerful. Ok, bon.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce bruit chelou là? What?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
What? On se calme. Attends, y a un truc là? Monte sur la chaise. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Merde.
At first,
D'accord, c'était juste un truc chelou. Bien, allez.
even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Je sais pas, vas-y. Ok, donc là, on fait ce qu'il demande.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Qui fait ces bruits chelous là? Il y a quoi là-dedans?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Qu'est-ce qu'il va nous dire si on reste là?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Mais moi j'aime bien ici, c'est cosy et tout. On est bien.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
Ça brille
He
ça.
wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Ok.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Ouais.
Standing around doing nothing?
Ouais.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Est-ce qu'il veut dire autre chose ou il faut que je sorte? Attendons un peu.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Et ben moi je le fais.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
Ouais.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite."
Ouais.
I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Et non, narrateur, ça ne marchera pas, je resterai
Well,
ici.
I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Salut, c'est Spring m'attrape de 2. On y va.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board.
Oui, bonjour.
I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Ah bon? Mais j'ai envie d'aller là.
You too? Unbelievable.
Oui.
I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to.
Oh, la violence.
Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Et si je recommence le jeu? Je recommence. Que va-t-il se passer?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oui, ça on
What
sait.
could it
Merci,
mean?
monsieur.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oui, c'est super. What? Wow. Nouveau setup. Nah. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oui. Et si je reviens dans le placard, bah, que va-t-il nous dire? Il va encore nous dire
Yet there
vous
was
êtes
not a
con.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to... Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Si je recommence une dernière fois. Oh my god.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Eh bien, allons-y.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Passe par là.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Je vais rentrer.
Ok, bye. Et en fait, bah, je pense qu'on va s'arrêter là, parce que, bah, en fait, c'est la vidéo va durer assez longtemps sinon. Donc on va s'arrêter devant ce broom closet. Moi je m'en pose quand même, faut pas déconner. Et du coup, je vous dis bah, à bientôt pour une prochaine vidéo de Spring Minecraft. Voilà, bye bye.